Hey, it's B-Rad Celebrity Hairstylist here, your host of the Hairstylist Empowerment Podcast, a platform that allows the voices of the beauty industry to empower with the spoken word. Thank you for joining us on today's show. We currently have over 57,000 downloads thanks to you, and on over 40 plus podcast platforms, including Amazon Music, Audible, and Spotify. Clean beauty business coach Jacquelyn Rodriguez, a wife, mother, hairstylist, salon owner, podcast host, get all that in one sentence, and a business coach, has spent over 2 decades in the beauty industry, and she has seen the good and the bad. After owning a successful holistic hair salon, creating her own customizable, non-toxic makeup line, and learning a lot about life and the struggles that come with it all, Jacquelyn felt compelled to share her journey and the lessons that she's learned. Unleash the power of a toxin-free salon. The new beauty business strategy for beauty professionals. Discover how reducing toxins in your salon can transform your business from stressful, overwhelming into impactful and profitable business. Featured on ABC, NBC, CBC, Yahoo Finance Plus, KTLAS, Fox, True Hollywood Talk, PBS, and more. Let's welcome our guest, Jacquelyn Rodriguez, to the show. Yay! So I can't hear you. Oh, now I can. So welcome to the show.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So you have what we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show. You have a virtual retreat that's coming up. I'm so excited about it. You can hear it in my voice. I'm so excited. I can't wait. But as we get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes. So my name's Jacquelyn Rodriguez, and I have been in the industry for 24 years. And really, my biggest thing has always just, I love people. I love connection. I love entrepreneurship, and, being connected with people behind the chair has always been amazing. And I saw so many gaps throughout my years. So when it really all started when my kids were little, and when they were little and I was cleaning up my house and really focusing on a holistic lifestyle at home, I was coming into this really toxic salon every day, all day. And that was the moment where I was like, okay, there's got to be something bigger and better for us in the salon. So that's what actually put me on this whole journey and made me want to change the way I was running the business so that I could show my kids, because I have 2 kids. Mm-hmm. I have a unbelievable, I don't understand how he's already 17, almost 17, or almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He just graduated high school. And then my daughter's 15. So my husband and I have been together since high school. So we're high school sweethearts. We've been through ups and downs and through everything. But this journey, I am telling you, shifted my entire life.
Wow. So what was the turning point when you knew you wanted to be in the beauty industry?
Well, I started in the beauty industry in high school and got my license and graduated high school at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I went off to college, and because, that's what everybody said we had to do. So I went off to college and I'm like, I'm going to study architecture.
Oh, wow.
Building, doing things with my hands, that was what my idea of architecture was. And then I got into class and I worked in a firm for 2 years. And I was like, yeah, this is not what I want at all. I wasn't able to be as creative as I wanted to be. I secretly wanted to be like the next Frank Lloyd Wright because I was obsessed with his stuff. So I decided to make this really, really hard decision to quit school and go back to hair because I missed talking to people. I missed working with people. And I mean, really, it was the instant gratification of being able to have somebody in your chair and truly transform them, not just their hair, not their looks, but them as a human in your chair, like in a few hours. So it was instant gratification. I love people. So I made a hard decision, and everybody really thought I was kind of crazy. But I went back to it, and I didn't really know what it was going to look like. I just knew that it was what I was called to do. So I did it. And that was the turning point to go back to hair for me.
And I think we all have that gut feeling or intuition or something that kind of pulls our heartstrings, and we think we should go into that. But I think you're probably doing architecture. You probably learned something. Because to say I've done natural building, same sort of thing, going in building, doing drawings, doing the architecture. But same with an architecture. Can you tell me what the main difference is between a regular salon versus a clean, green, sustainable salon?
Yes. So there's a huge difference. And really my perception of what a holistic salon is all aspects. So my mindset on how the business can run, how I run behind the chair, my staff, my team, what is possible is completely different than what the mindset I had when I was in a traditional salon. So mindset is number one, because you really have to think outside of the box to have a holistic salon. And then the second part that's really drastically different is the way we actually run and structure our business. So typical salons, you have one big box place, you go get your color, they come in, they talk to you about things. You just kind of go with the flow and you follow what everyone else is doing. In my salon, I think outside of the box. I don't really have the same experience with all of the setup. So I look for different inspiration and things like that from outside of our industry. And then I look to see how can we actually implement it in our industry.
Exactly. And I think because you're making more conscious decisions, you're not just, like you say, a rep comes in, they carry this. Okay, I'll just get the whole intro deal. That's all everybody's going to use. But you're also making choices for the greater good, not only for yourself, but for your clients, for your town, to give them an option of somewhere to go to, because most towns don't really have a salon. A lot of them are, I'll just call it like a regular salon or corporate salon, and then they just use whatever. Even though a lot of companies now are getting better with their products, it's still not at 100% yet. But you've created something called the Conscious Beauty Virtual Retreat, which sounds fascinating. So how is that conceived?
Well, it was really just like building my salon, having the three different things that I used to build this. I listened to my intuition and I was called to start coaching. So I went down the rabbit hole of learning, how do I even coach? How do I help people? And that's been over the last few years that I've really refined that, and what do I actually want to help other salon owners do. So I took that and I really just wanted to have a place where we can come talk about green and holistic different ways of running business. But also I wanted to get into the mindset, get into the energy and the frequency of what is that next level for us. So I didn't want to do like a masterclass or a summit like everybody else was doing. The reason I called it a retreat is because I want you to come and feel the energetic difference. Plus, I want to take actionable steps. Like, I want you to walk away with a blueprint on how to get started with your holistic salon, how to make shifts and changes, and a community that's there, like-minded, wanting the same things, and very supportive. So that's why I created the Conscious Beauty Retreat.
Exactly. And you've lived it, because you went from starting out in a toxic environment, toxic chemical products, and then you moved and transitioned into something more holistic, more green, more, as I say, it's not just about changing your products.
No.
You know, a lot of people think, I'm green, I change my products. You have to change your environment. You have to change your energy. You have to change, who you invite in and stuff like that. but what is it like kind of, I know you've done other events before, but what is it like putting the first one together? I see your beauty experts have been featured on CBS, Yahoo Finance Plus, the CW, ABC. So tell us a little bit about your educators and kind of what it was like putting this together.
Oh, for me, it was so much fun because I love connection. So it was really being very conscious about who am I reaching out to? Who do I already have in my network that I love, that inspires me, that every time I get on and talk to them, I have new ideas or just feel energetically like lifted, right? Because that's something we don't typically get in this industry. So that was my number one, is like, who do I love? So I reached out to them first. And then it was an opportunity for me to meet new and even like people that I have never met before, to bring them into the sphere. So connecting with people, creating those relationships. And if I'm inspired, I know that you all will be inspired, because that's the whole thing, right? It's like not just taking and talking to somebody for a little bit, but inspiring actionable steps. And each one of these speakers have lived it. They've done the work. So they're here to guide you. And really our whole goal is, how can we make this whole journey easier for you? Because we learned what we lived through, and we want to just guide you so that you don't have to make the same mistakes or feel alone. Like, I mean, seriously, when I started this, no one else was doing it. So I built this whole thing out by myself, and it felt extremely lonely. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Exactly. And when you have that learning curve, and that's the thing you said about actionable steps. So for actionable steps, what are the benefits of everybody attending this virtual retreat?
Well, the biggest benefit is you are going to walk away with a blueprint. So you're going to have a new vision for your salon, and then you're going to have actionable steps that you can take and start implementing. So that's the biggest thing, but also you're going to have community. You're going to have new people that you're meeting and that think like you and want the same thing, who want to see you succeed. And you're going to be inspired by everybody's stories and what they've been able to accomplish. And you're just going to have a new look on what business can actually look like for you.
Yeah, and that's amazing, because what I'm getting from you is a feeling of community. It doesn't sound to me like it's a webinar and I just sit and everybody press 1 for this. Where's everybody from? Oh yeah, put 1 in the thing, and you're like, okay, that's great. But if you can actually be part of something, I think that's next level, and that kind of draws people in. So how does someone know if they should attend?
Well, if you have been feeling stuck, like just lost, and you don't know where to go, you know that you want to change the way you run your business. Or maybe you already know that you want a holistic business, but you have no idea where to turn, or you don't have anybody that you can lean on or talk to about it. You want to be at this event, because that is everything event is about. And if you're looking to, like, maybe you already are in the holistic realm, but you're looking to up level and you're looking to expand your reach, you also want to attend this event. So yeah, those two are the biggest things, I think.
Yeah. So if somebody coming is into green, sustainable, clean, so would all the educators be about that, or only certain ones are about that? Or if they came and watched the whole presentation and they were about green, they would get benefit from listening to every speaker?
You're going to get benefit from listening to every speaker. Every single one is in either the green or sustainable or energetic field. So it is literally a part of everything that I've created with my holistic salon. So I was very specific about how I put it together, because I want to take you on a journey. I don't want this to be a webinar where you come and you learn a ton. Like, those are valuable, but also, how many times do you leave a webinar and you walk away and you're like, that was great. Now I've got to go take care of my clients and I've got to take care of my family. And then you never get back to anything.
Exactly. It kind of just drizzles out. The excitement goes, you're pumped. And then it's like, what do I do next? I don't have any
Yes.
next steps. I don't have any. So when is the Conscious Beauty virtual retreat happening?
It is June 25th and 26th. So Sunday and Monday, like
Yeah,
soon.
it's soon. And it's like 11 till 4. So you've
Yep.
got 6 hours each day. That's like 12 hours of connecting, of bonding, of releasing, of and Jacquelyn's already told me a ton of stuff that's already going to happen. And I'm not going to share it with you because you have to sign up. That's the only way you're going to find out. And I'm not going to tell anybody. So let's chat about strategies. So attract, elevate, discover, cultivate, harness, and learn. Would you give us a quick overview of what these are?
Yeah. So first, the elevate it's really elevating into leadership, right? We are salon owners. Most of us are still working behind the chair, and it can be difficult, right? So when we classify ourselves as a salon owner, it's a very different energy. So we want to elevate that into leadership. What would it look like to lead your salon, lead your clients, lead your team? That is what leadership and the elevation is really about. And then we have the ecosystem. That is really all the systems. Like, how do we find green products? How do we start the sustainable steps? How do we put these things into play and create our own unique system for our clients and for our teams? So that's really that part. And this is all very thought out and systematic so that you go on a journey. And then once you have leadership and you have now a system and you have this unique thing that you're going to offer your clients, well, how do you attract your clients? How do you actually get yourself out there? How do you energetically align with your new vision, with your new mission? Because there's a difference between, here's my mission, I throw it in a binder, I put it off to the side, and yeah, we do clean beauty now. And what I really want you to do is live the mission. Every step that you take, every decision you make in your business, every person you hire, every client that walks in that door is going to be aligned with your mission so that you can walk in and every single day feel amazing. Not worry about where are your clients coming from, not worry about, I mean, please tell me if you have ever looked at your book or looked at your stylist books and go, oh, Susie, so-and-so is coming in, Paul, this guy, like they're draining, they're exhausting because they don't align with your mission. It doesn't mean anything about them or you. It really is that you haven't been clear enough with what you want to happen in your salon. So when you attract the right people, you walk in and you are pumped every single day to see the clients, to see your team. Every single team member wants to be there, wants to be a part of the bigger mission. And then you're walking away every day that you've created impact. You've created a profit because we have to have profit. Money is energy, and we all deserve to have money and energy because that brings us what we want in life, vacations, family, homes, whatever it is that you want. So that is, I think I went on a tangent, but
it's okay. It's all good because there's great information in there, especially for salon owners. Because a lot of salon owners were stylists before or just left school, decided to open up their own. Yes, they're like, they made a vision statement. They made a mission, a vision statement, a mission statement. Like you said, they write it down and then they put it in a drawer. They don't remember, or they make their mantra, but they don't live it. Right. Or the same, they're desperate for staff because they're so busy and this and that. And then they're like, I'll just hire the next person who comes in the door. Hey, pick a chair over there. Then that's when the chaos comes in and all that kind of stuff. And then the other is about knowing when you should fire a client. So because I know it sounds bad, but sometimes if you can't do what this client needs you to do, I would suggest that they go to somebody that can. It's not being rude. It's not being, because too, if you're stressed out and you're looking at your book and you're already sweating because you know someone's coming in, because and you just don't seem to be on the same page of things. So sometimes you have to say, I know this great stylist who would fully understand your needs. Maybe I'm not the one to do that. And never have it as a negative. I would never put it as a negative, right? You would always have it that, I know you want to say something, so you can jump in.
I'm dying to say, like,
Yep.
it is so important for you to realize when you let a client go, by keeping them, by feeling that just disappointment every time, or that frustration every single time, you're doing your client and yourself and your salon a disservice. When we're really, really clear, and trust me, like when I first went through this, none of my clients knew what the heck a green salon was or why it even mattered. I did lose some clients, not on bad terms, but they were just like, this isn't really important to me. So they found someone that they feel amazing with. And then I found people who seek me out and drive from hours just to come see me because they align so well with my mission, because I live it, I breathe it, I put it in, and the energetic alignment is just so beautiful for all around you.
And you're going to draw those people that want healthier. And like you, I had the same thing. I had clients that didn't care if my products were vegan. They didn't care if they didn't have PPD. They didn't care if they just wanted it done. And that's fine. But if someone leaves, I think you open the door for somebody new that will value and appreciate. And two, because I wouldn't want to go through the stress with someone, and then after they leave, you're mentally exhausted, you're physically exhausted, then you're complaining to everybody in the shop, and then you're complaining to online groups. If it comes to that, change has to happen, because if you're going to carry that negativity over, you're just going to attract, I believe, more of it.
You're going to attract more of it, and then the clients you love, they feel it.
Oh yeah.
So you may not be saying it to them or about them, they feel it. So one of the things that I have heard time and time again in my salon is clients walk in and go, I mean, literally, they just walk in the door and they're like, this feels different. Right? And I'm not for everyone. There literally could be another salon, maybe doing green or sustainable, but because I've created my own unique way of doing it, and that's what we're really going for, is implementing these things that are going to change the world, like sustainability and clean and all of that. But really, what is your unique style to it? Because there are so many clients, and there is enough for everyone to not only have a business, but a thriving business.
Yes.
And that's where we really get into the mindset of like, what's unique to me and about my salon that everybody gets to feel good about. And then the clients will just automatically start finding you.
Exactly. And you make it sound like the owners should be focused, like have a direct focus and be specific and not general. Like, oh, we just do everyone. You know what I mean? It doesn't always work that way. If you're not a kid salon, don't take kids. I mean, yes, they're future clients, but if you don't allow your staff to like specialize, if your thing is giving a certain type of experience, get the clientele that's going to enjoy that experience, because not everybody wants a 5, 10, 15, 20-minute head massage. Some people don't like being touched. They don't like you in their space. They don't want to talk. They just want their service done, and that's them. But if you're about, let's communicate, and I always believe in a strong communication between you and the client, always, every time. Just because you've done them before, the last 5 times, 10 times, 10 years, every time we change, we evolve. We all have different facets that, you know, I may think one way one day, and now I've talked to Jacquelyn, now I have a different thought process because something said, you know, boom, and it's there. So we all grow and change. So of course our clients are all going to grow and change. So we have to keep with them and where they want to be, where they are in their lives. I'm not saying we have to learn every little bit of thing, because we still have to have a professional relationship, but know when, because we're probably the only people we know when our clients have had a breakup, had a death in the family, have a marriage, have a kid, have kids that grow up, and then the cycle keeps continuing, sort of thing. But one thing I want to know from you is, how can sustainability be more inclusive in the salon industry?
Well, I believe that how it can start being more inclusive is we've got to start talking about it. We've got to start changing our mindset about what is possible, because it opens up the door for everyone to start making changes. And this is another reason I made the retreat, is because, and I brought people on to speak with me, because I believe we are so much stronger as a unit. And that's the only way we're going to start making change in the industry, is by coming together and just being louder than the traditional salon norms that we hear. So it's not, and I don't want to bash anybody either. So there's nothing wrong. Like, this is not for everyone. And that is okay too. But it is for a large amount of people who are already starting to see that they want to start changing that and bringing in the sustainable aspects, and they do it at home, right? So there's so much to this that is open for community, that it doesn't have to be either or, but it does get to be easy and inclusive of everyone coming together.
Yeah, and just because if you decide to go green or more sustainable or more clean, start off slow. You can maybe like change some of your products up. You can, do little changes like that sort of thing. But our time is like going really quick, but it's so fast. But so what would we need to do to facilitate sustainability and revolutionize the world of beauty in the salon business? I know there's other companies out there. There's other green companies, maybe some that you work with, if you want to give a shout out to, or just kind of say, that kind of assist with helping going green.
Yes. So I am a part of the Green Beauty Coalition, and we've got a great mission over there where we're really trying to just educate more, get more people involved, and get a community together as well. So there's follow me on social media. I'm shouting out people all the time, but it really is about looking outside of the box of what you normally are watching and the education you're taking in. Look what else is around you and start opening your eyes to different things, maybe even outside of our industry, because that's been huge for me. I see other industries doing it, for instance, the food industry.
Yes.
That's been a massive change. Like, we can't get away from hearing about health and wellness and everything in the food. Well, it's going to be the same way in the beauty industry. We're just on the uphill, we're starting the journey there, but you can be on the forefront. So that's going to be a huge thing too, is be on the forefront instead of waiting for everything to change. And then you're just trying to play catch up.
Yeah, because clients, exactly, they're more informed now than ever before. You can't just say, I'm going to throw this color on you. They're like, well, what's in it? Or they want to, or I heard this or that, like that sort of thing. So if people wanted to find you on social media, where would they find you?
I am on Instagram, and mainly Instagram and LinkedIn, as the Clean Beauty Business Coach. So Clean Beauty Biz Coach.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So as we kind of wrap up, what's a nugget of gold you would like to leave our audience?
Clean beauty is not just a trend. This holistic style is not just a trend. It really is the future. And taking one small step now and starting with your community will do you great, great, great good. So Yeah, community and just come together.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And I think that's what we need more of now is community and say actionable steps. Just take that first step, whether it works, whether it doesn't, at least by taking that step, you'll kind of know. So I want to thank Jacquelyn for being an amazing guest on today's show. We could probably talk for another hour or so easily. Maybe we'll have her back for part 2, part 3. Maybe we'll do a green series. Who knows what can happen? But I invite everyone to join Jacquelyn on the Conscious
Beauty.
Conscious Beauty virtual retreat happening this May 25th, 26th, which is a Sunday, Monday, correct? 2023, which is this year, this weekend from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. So this is a free event. Yes, free event. So it's a free event. Tickets are going fast at www.cleanbeautybiz.com/retreat-1500. And I'll see everybody next time. But as we wrap up, make sure you get on there. Make sure you sign up today. I've already signed up. Get the list of the great educators that are going to be there. And then there's also some perks and things inside. I'm not going to tell you again, because you got to go. People can't be lazy. Actionable steps. So go to cleanbeautybiz.com. Make sure that you check out all Jacquelyn's information, see what's there. If you're looking for a coach, she's a great coach. If you want to kind of talk to her, see what she's at. She's been through all the steps. She's been from probably a toxic salon where you can cut tensions with a knife to a holistic space. But really, it's about to me, it's about connection. It's about education. It's about a journey. I think it's really like, that's what it really says to me. It's a journey. It's not, hey, come, it's a webinar. And then you talk about 4 hours about how to buy your product.
Yeah.
They're going to get really actionable steps. They're going to get stuff that they can use in that 12 hours of education. So if you're not doing anything this weekend, and there are ways, if you're going to miss it, there are ways inside if you want to, get it, and then you can have it. And I think anything that's online, like this podcast, has a shelf life of forever.
Yes.
so you can listen. See, I don't want to stop, but it's going to cut us off in a couple of minutes. Anyway, but I want to say thank you for joining us on the Hairstylist